All right, I'm riding out to the beach, y'all. How y'all doing today? It's me, V, the CPS Scholar, and I'm here for another review of Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 4. This is my decision day, and I hope you guys are doing great. You're happy and healthy, and this video finds you with a smile on your face and living the life you want to live. But either way, I made a video that I think you guys should check out about the TikTok beach babe. So when you're done watching this video, go ahead and check that out. That was a crazy situation, and I give my reaction to it. So I would love for you guys to take a peek at the video. Go take a look and let me know what you think. As for this episode of Married at First Sight, it was a lot going on and a lot of nothing going on at the same time. I'm looking at the thumbnail. I'm looking at Miss Alissa and her overalls. Y'all know I do not like her, but I love me a good pair of overalls. Anybody who knows me knows I will rock the hell out of some overalls with my country self. They're super comfortable. Something about them. I just like the overalls. But this episode, like I said, had a lot and nothing at the same time going on. There was a whole lot of lying, gaslighting, and other foolishness going on in the city of Boston. And I think that with this show, they kill us with the dang 2-hour episodes. And I definitely think it's a great thing that people are reviewing the episode so we don't have to sit through the whole 2 hours. I mean, I sit through it so you guys don't have to. So come along with me for this ride and let's see what happened on this episode of Married at First Sight. So I'm going to read the synopsis first. I like to do that so that we can give an overall of what happened in the episode. And it says, the honeymoon is officially over as the couples return to reality in Boston. From moving into new apartments to seeing each other's places, the couples are diving deeper into what it means to be married and what it means to question the relationship. So we about to have some foolishness in here, y'all. So after returning from their Puerto Rican getaway, most of the couples move into their new shared apartments. So for me, the first thing I noticed was the living arrangements were a bit janky. It made me wonder, because I thought this when I was looking at Love is Blind and how a lot of people was on some struggle living situations. I wonder how expensive it is to live in Boston, if it's a New York type of vibe, and it's expensive to live down here in Palm Beach, because everybody seems to have roommates, and I'm like, I understand, but usually people all say they have decent jobs, except for Steve, no jobs, and they all seem to have roommates or multiple roommates or really, really small living situations. So either way, on that side note, check out my Love is Blind reviews. I think you guys will really dig that. That's more of a watch along, but let me know what you think. Anyways, we start with Lindsay and Mark, and she takes charge as soon as she gets in. She jumps in and starts doing laundry and starts asking about their next steps and helping Mark get his things from the old apartment he got evicted from, because of the bed bugs and that old lady he was probably smashing, wanting his ass to go. Her eagerness is a bit much for Mark, and she's extra as usual, and she stresses him out. You can even see how bothered he is about how clingy she is when they're laying in the bed at bedtime, and he ends up just making the best of it, and he kind of tries to make it fun by chatting with her, but Lindsay is just too damn much for everybody. Meanwhile, Olajuwon and Katina check out their new kitchen and discuss meal prep, which is something he's expecting her to get involved with. That synopsis is funny as hell because that is an understatement. I thought it was hilarious that he keeps emphasizing the pots and pans and how they're ready for her to use. And all I could think of is this a housework scene in this movie named Sprung. If you've never seen it, please go check it out. It has Joe Torre and Rusty, I think you could say his name, Condia. And it has Tisha Campbell from Martin. Anyways, when they're imagining what marriage is going to be like, they imagine scrubbing and cleaning while their husband is doing nothing. And the guy is so bad. He's yelling at her the whole time she's cleaning. and he's throwing laundry on top of her, and he even blows his nose in a tissue and throws it on top of the laundry pile and walks off, and then the girl just busts out crying. And that's all I could think of, how Katina is probably gonna be with Olajuwon. That heavy wig ain't gonna be all spruced up after all that damn housework he has to do. But either way, he asked her when she's going to go food shopping, and I'm like, Negro, what are you gonna do if she's gonna cook all the food all the time? You can't even bring back, you know how they say, bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan. Can you at least go to the damn store? I mean, oh my God. He takes it as far as to wanting to role play with Katina, that how he'll be sitting at the table waiting while she makes a nice meal. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with cooking. I cook, y'all. But he's just doing too damn much. And when you're working a full-time job and running around like crazy with your kitties, sometimes you gotta make it a damn Mickey D's night. I really don't believe in Mickey D's because that's junk food. But sometimes you gotta stop and get that damn McChicken though. Shout out McDonald's. He was saying that he was used to PB&J, but now since he's got a wife, he can cook. He don't have to do that. And I'm like, so you big and fine, sexy with muscles and everything. So that PB&J obviously kept your ass sustained in order to be a healthy big man. So what the hell's wrong with a PB&J? I might go make me a PB&J right now. What the hell is the problem? Anyways, I figured out that he was definitely fronting when he said cooking wasn't a deal breaker. And he's emphasizing that she has to make sure he eats. And I'm like, shoot, that's why we got Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that good shit. If everybody cooking and everybody's running late and they need something to eat, sometimes you gotta hit that damn app to get something hot and fresh. It's not every day you gotta be in that kitchen slaving. So anyways, we're going over to Noy and Steve, and they're making up their new bed and the sheets, and she admits she's nervous about living with a stranger now that the vacationing is over. And you know what I noticed, guys? Why do they keep giving these grown-ass people these day beds, these twin mattresses, dusty to sleep on? They are too damn big for this. Plus, why they give them pink and white kitty sheets? Me, myself, I used to hate flowery sheets, especially when I knew that I had a man living there. My mom, I'm remembering flashback, my mama had some big flowery satin 80 sheets back in the day. And I used to always wonder, even as a kid, how a big old man felt sleeping in that gaudy ass mess. And some of y'all ladies, I had a lot of roommates in college and people I knew were wrong for having them damn jungle and leopard motifs with all the purple and pink, all this bullshit, and have these force these dudes to lay up in that shit. Do y'all feel real dudes? Let me ask y'all. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all feel real feminine and pretty laying in that goddamn bed? Let me know. Just putting it out there. They finally lay down and Steve actually fits in the bed, which I was surprised because he's a big, tall dude. And then they discuss the dog, Sushi, sleeping with them. And to me, Noy is tripping. She's saying that the dog needs to sleep in the bed, and even talking about the dog needing his own pillow. My sister has this cat, and I remember me going and hanging out at her house, and I couldn't even get comfortable good because the cat kept crawling up next to my head, and I didn't want no cat booty in my damn face. I'm not a pet person, and this is just taking it too far. So as for Chris, he moves into the apartment for him and Alissa alone, as he cannot reach her. And he couldn't reach her even by phone, because she never gave him her phone number. Whoa, she tried the hell out of Chris' ass. I told y'all, I think Chris looks okay. I mean, I'm a teeth person and I get it. Sorry, y'all, he got a yuck mouth, and I'm all for the dad bod. Bod ain't gotta be perfect. But she really tried the shit out of him. And I made a note, Alyssa's homeless ass probably on that same red bench that she was trying to sit 50,000 feet on with his ass. Y'all know I think Alyssa's homeless, y'all, allegedly, because she was fighting way too hard to get in that damn apartment. Ain't no friends that serious to be living with a dude that you cannot stand in order just to be around some other girls. You are tripping. Where do you stay, girl? Where do you stay? Anyways, Chris finds out secondhand why she didn't think they were compatible. And the emphasis was on different political views. And I'm like, girl, bye. You just didn't think he was cute. I saw that picture of your ex-boyfriend, and he wasn't cute in the face either. But that body was very muscly. That's what the hell the problem is. You ain't want to mess with them rolls. Girl, it's big boy season. Give it a try. Take a ride the wave. But Chris is going to enjoy that good apartment. Alissa free. To me, her intentions were never good. And if we go by your behavior, you are not the good person. You keep trying to convince everybody that you are. So, over to Michael and Jasmina. Michael asked Jasmina about sleeping. And it turns out that Jasmina lives with a male roommate. She asked Michael if he ever lived with a woman, and Michael says no, he's never lived with a woman. It's a new territory for him. Keep that note in mind, y'all. Michael is going to move in, but Jasmina says she doesn't want to move into the apartment because she has to sort out what she's going to do with her dog before settling in the new apartment. And Michael says, we don't need to make it a habit of leaving when we're upset with each other. And once again, Jasmina blames the dog. And to me, they're both liars. And Jasmina does not like him. And I see why her and Alissa trauma bonded. She just is handling her not being attracted to Michael differently from what Alissa did. Alissa was on big front street, probably because, the Karen of it all. So now, the couples are getting to know each other's apartments, and they have to pick up the items for moving in together. And first, Noi, who welcomes Steve into her apartment. Noi's apartment is super small, y'all. Like I said, it's a theme in Boston. Small apartment with roommates. And she introduces her dog, Sushi, to him. When she brings up sleeping with the dog in their bed, Steve shows some hesitation as he's not a big dog fan. Now, I'm not a pet person either. I always call my kids my pets, but pets take a lot of work, love, just all types of stuff. And then you have to find places for them to be when you got to go on trips and stuff. I was like, nah, I'm good. But I was laughing to myself because I said, Steve probably don't have room for pets in that damn van he's been sleeping in. So he's probably not here for it. Either way, you can tell Noi uses the dog. This is more of my notes. You can tell Noi uses the dog as an emotional crutch to deal with her anxiety. I mean, think about it. She even uses a Party City wig and her noisy persona to express herself. So she needs different ways to get her emotions out. And those are two ways that she does it. So it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with Noi and her very eccentric personality. And it goes over and I'm like, y'all, why is Lindsay and Mark pulling up on the spot like it's outbreak? They have on a full hazmat suits and everything. And I'm like, for what? Like, I guess that's how you treat bed bugs. I'm like, what the hell? Anyways, meanwhile, Lindsay does her best to help Mark get his items from his a bed bug infested apartment. But her approach is a little different than Mark would like, as she tosses his clothing and other goods in black trash bags. She's throwing away everything, even his mama plate. And I'm like, this is turning into an episode of Hoarders. And it looks like the apartment he has is an attic/loft apartment. So there's a lot to unpack here. So first of all, with the bed bugs, he was getting upset about putting the stuff in the trash bag. But most of the time, that's what they tell you to do. I guess to suffocate the bed bugs. And also you got to throw stuff in the dryer because what kills them is heat. So he needed to calm his ass down. Then the other thing I noticed is that he has that attic loft apartment, which is everybody was wondering how the landlady knew that he had bed bugs. And I'm thinking he's living in her attic. And ain't no telling if he snuck down, go give her a little something every now and then. Allegedly. I'm just saying. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Over to Olajuwon's place. Olajuwon shows off his gym. I mean, he looked like he stayed in the gym. And the other spaces to Katina, who is mostly impressed, except for when it comes to his design sense. That's a nice way to say it. Particularly the curtains. And I'm like, those curtains looked a plum mess. You were better off putting up some damn Dollar Tree sheets. And it looks like he got them from his Madeira, from his grandma. So they're going to need to renovate or buy a different house. Side note, Olajuwon, why are you trying to get Katina and her heavy wig killed standing outside by the road just to look at your house? And he keeps telling her to imagine kids running in and out, and it's by a highway. And all I could think of, y'all, and y'all gonna hear my movie references all the time, Shoot, I might even throw some movie reviews on here, like weird movies that V likes to freaking watch. But have you guys ever seen Pet Sematary? To this day, I have not forgiven those damn parents. Every time they let that little boy run by that damn road and them trucks was going that 50,000 miles per hour, and then they were surprised. Ooh, let me not say it. I don't want to do a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie and you like scary movies, please check it out and let me know if you would like me to do a review of that movie. I have no issues with watching Stephen King. I love Stephen King. Yes, I like dark humor, dark movies, and yeah, your girl is a little crazy. So, but I admit it. As for Lindsay's apartment, Mark can't help but notice her affinity for houseplants. It look like the damn Jungle Book in there, as they take up a lot of space. And he's freaked out at how small it is. And I'm like, sir, you were living in a bed bug infested attic. You need to sit your ass down somewhere and hug up with your new not and right in the damn head wife. Like I said, I asked the question before. I heard that ladies who aren't quite right are the best in the bed. Let me know if you heard that too in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you like the content. Either way, they go over to Steve's barren ass living space and it's jazzed up with by strips of LED lights that do not impress Noy. And I'm like, yeah, why y'all tripping? He does not live there. Why didn't they show the van that he lives in? It could have been like Pimp My Van. I was trying to see something real quick, trying to see how he lived that long in the van, and they didn't give me what I was looking for. I was upset. And I'm thinking, if he has to deal with sushi, she could deal with some damn LED lights. She'll be all right. Maybe she could use them to put on a light show when she danced in that damn Party City wig. But either way, moving on. As for Michael's visit from Jasmina, I just want to point this out. Y'all, Jasmina lied. She just wanted to go home and, according to her, decompress and reset. And as soon as she walks in, she talks trash about Michael. I think it wants to be called Kells, whatever the hell you want to call. Naked silhouette picture of a lady and asking if it's a real lady. Y'all, I have semi-naked silhouette people above my damn bed. It's called art. Girl, you will be okay. And you're looking for a reason to leave. And things don't go as planned because she reacts badly to his lack of being upfront about the fact that he has a female roommate. And you could tell that Jasmina was being a detective. She saw all these damn crystals. And she's like, girls live here. And then you had the girl who whisked by and tried to play it off and didn't even speak. And he was definitely busted. She all of a sudden figured out that he lied. And he played like he had amnesia, talking about he never lived with a girl. And I'm like, either he thought she meant lived with a girl romantically, or he trying to hide the fact that he smashes every one of them every once in a while. Maybe that's why the chick whizzed by and didn't even speak. You know how chicks can be shady. I don't know. They quickly show Mark and his cats. It wasn't much to see there. I think the cat's name was Chloe, but I could not do all them damn cats and the kitty litter and all that crap. But back to Michael and Jasmina. She confronts him about having the two female roommates, and like I said, and he lies by omission all the time, and he sat up there and tried to gaslight her and make it seem like she was wrong, and he admits he made a bad judgment call. But Jasmine is gonna be on that ass. It's so crazy that she's so stern, especially since she said she's never been in a relationship with somebody who lived in the same state. So why does she have so much energy from Mike and how he lives? And she has a male roommate, so he had no reason to even lie, but all of it makes it look like he's hiding something. And yes, y'all, I'm Haitian, and the running joke is a Haitian man will hide a whole damn family and you'll never know because he's taking such good care of you and he's putting it down in the bedroom. So he may be living up to that dang on tradition. Don't judge me, y'all. That's what they say about my culture. So let me keep it moving. So we see a brief confessional video where Lindsay fills the viewers in on Mark's situation, noting that his life has blown up even more than just the apartment eviction. According to her, his grandmother's health is declining. That poor lady is down to 70 pounds, y'all. I can't even imagine. And the stress is taking toll to the point where Mark is acting like a different person behind the scenes. and she wants to be his focus. That's gonna be tough, girl. When life be coming down, I know, especially for men, because they like try to solve stuff by themselves. It's very hard. They usually disconnect. They might connect every once in a while to, make sure they're still around. But when the life is crazy, things get crazy. All right, and then there's Chris and Alissa, both of which vent to their situation in separate meetups. Chris connects with a friend who listens to a story about Alyssa's hangups and lack of interest. But it was so funny as hell how the friend was laughing when he was telling the friend that she doesn't think he's the one because he doesn't have that dang on eagle tattoo that the psychic told her to look for. I'm like, boy, if that's what you really think, the reason you think she don't like you, you just as delusional as she is. Meanwhile, Alissa chats with her mom, basically complains to her mom. If I was her mom, I would be like, Lord, what did I raise? The mom says that Chris is nice, but she thought they would give her a cowboy. And, I don't know why you thought they were going to give a cowboy. I haven't seen them hook up anybody with somebody that I don't even know why these people fill out questionnaires. They should do that shit like a random lotto, because they really don't be trying to match these people up to what they like, especially not look wise, right? So if you care so much about looks, you shouldn't have took your ass on Married at First Sight. Anyways, Alissa is like, you don't see how mean he is to me, and he has no respect for me. And it seems that Alyssa's main issue with Chris is a recent social media post he shared about defunding the police. And I'm like, this girl is reaching. And I posted in Janice Hilton's comment section. Love Janice Hilton. Go check her out. I am a cousin. She loves to use dog whistles, her and damn Lindsay, to victimize herself. Like, she's trying to make it a political thing when she know damn well it's a physical appearance thing. And by the way, Chris's best friend is a cop. So if he didn't have an issue with it, she shouldn't have no issue with it. And she keeps talking about trust and communication. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What? How? You refuse to spend any time with the man. You refuse to talk with the man. You refuse to even go swim with the man after tennis. You sat the farthest from a bench that I've ever seen in my life. You wanted nothing to do with the man. When the hell was y'all gonna have any communication and trust? You need to trust that your ass on this damn thing lying. You thought that man was busted and you didn't want to talk to him no more. That's it. So now that the metaphorical dust is settling as the couples ease into day-to-day life, Pastor Cal is making house visits to better understand where everyone is at right now. Among the first couple up are Michael and Jasmina, who discuss communication. Y'all, Jasmina brings up Michael's temper and how it can turn into yelling, basically aggressive and disrespectful. And I'm sitting here thinking, Michael, they said, you said you want somebody to be open and vulnerable with. And I think you revealing your past and being vulnerable backfired on you, because she keeps bringing up that your family said this and you said that. She's not allowing her to experience anything for herself. She's using whatever she was told as reasons to show why it's not going to work out, which is what Alissa did, right? She said, your friend said this and it's been in my mind. That's exactly, like I said, they trauma bond. They trauma bonding together. But she's worried about yelling and being disrespectful, but her tone is trash. It needs work. She's just as aggressive. They just do not know how to talk to each other. And Michael interrupted Pastor Cal to set the record straight on him being labeled aggressive. And I'm like, yeah, people are throwing that word around and they act like they don't know what it means for Black people. Like, for you to take your ass on TV and say the man is aggressive, and not having, I don't want to say evidence, because people get abused and people get away with it and everything. But if you truly feel he's that aggressive and you feel like you're in danger, you should leave the process. It's not worth being on TV, being emotionally and verbally abused. It's not worth it. It isn't. So, and I also noticed that they both match energies. If she starts acting up, he starts acting up. If he yells, she yells. The tones are both crazy, and it makes the whole situation even worse. So Pastor Cal offers some helpful advice to improve their connection following the honeymoon hiccup. They're calling it hiccup. Basically, when he said she interrupted him, and they showed on camera that she didn't, and he still wouldn't back off. And the recent roommate revelation where it shows that he was lying and he had lived with a woman before. And Pastor Cal emphasizes communication and forgiveness. Basically, Michael having more transparent communication and Jasmina practicing forgiveness and grace so they can get past their arguments, which are both good things to discuss, right? All right. When it comes to Olajuwon and Katina, Pastor Kyle come in. He's like, "We smell good here. They so shady." And Katina said, "I cooked some spaghetti and garlic bread." You know that spaghetti usually has the trinity of cooking, onions and bell peppers and garlic. So it usually smells good. But boy, y'all, I have a story about when I had some roommates when I lived in Pittsburgh for a hot minute. And this girl was throwing down in the kitchen. We thought that food smelled so good. We got in that bit and it had no seasoning bit. So don't let the smell fool you, Pastor Kyle. That thing might be suspect. But anyways, the focus was that Olajuwon switched up because at first he was saying cooking wasn't he would learn with her. He would cook with her, allow her to learn. But now he's switching it up and acting like cooking is a deal breaker. Pastor Cal says in 2022, women aren't stuck in the kitchen cooking, they're out working too. I get that, but you should know how to at least boil some goddamn water. But Pastor Cal asks about their communication, and Katina admits it isn't always great because he doesn't always listen to what she's saying. And I told y'all on the last review, I feel like she's losing her voice and she's going along with whatever the heck he's saying because he kind of overpowers her with his energy and personality. So Pastor Cal suggests that Olajuwon be more considerate and advises the couple to go all in on their marriage as they have yet to consummate the marriage. So he's telling them to get it in the bed. And there's a big controversy on that because he says that it's his choice that they don't consummate. And then on the after party, Katina said it was both their choices. And he says he doesn't want to have sex with her before they do decision day so it doesn't look like he's an F-boy. And Katina says it makes her feel undesired, like maybe he's not attracted to her. And to me, as much bragging and all this crazy stuff this man did, I think he's afraid to show that package. If you know what I mean. I think he's afraid to show that package because he doesn't want to disappoint her. But let me give you a little pep talk, Olajuwon. You may have disappointed women all over the world and they still love you, right? Because sometimes you fall in love first and then you find out that D is trash, and women are more forgiving of that. As long as they, especially if you got that mouth work. So, off to Noy and Steve. They're talking about their varying views on money. And through a tearful moment, Noy explains that income insecurity stems from her experience of growing up in a refugee camp. And so it's important to her, if they have kids, that they make sure that they're financially stable. So why would you hook this old traumatized, emotionally PTSD woman with a man, Steve No Jobs, that doesn't have a stable job? Y'all dead ass wrong, experts. Y'all need y'all ass whooped, figuratively. And she has concerns that Steve will be able to find a full-time job, and only time will tell. And then they got into an argument about the 3 kids, and she wasn't making any sense. I remember when I got married, my husband wanted 6 kids, and I was like, because he came from a small family and I came from a big family, and I'm like, do you know how much kids cost? Do you know how much time it takes? Do you know how much pregnancy, how hard it puts work it put on your body? I think she needs a reality check that 3 kids may be too much, and that having healthy kids and pregnancy are a blessing. People die giving birth all the time. People have special need kids, and it takes special people to take care of special needs kids because they love those kids, and it's extra work to make sure that they're okay. And sometimes it's for the rest of their lives. So I think Noy needs to mature, grow up a little bit, think about it. Okay, back to Mark and Lindsay. Things are a little tense as the couple had a bit of a fight before Pastor Cal showed up. When the expert arrives at the door, Mark greets him, and Lindsay is summoned from their balcony. And she out there drinking, y'all. Y'all know every time Lindsay starts drinking, she finna turn up, Lord. Hopefully she ain't hit the 3rd bottle before Pastor Cal showed up. Anyways, Mark admits that he doesn't feel like Lindsay always listens to him, and although he appreciates her helpful nature, he sometimes needs things to mellow out. In so many words, Bill, you're too much. You're driving me insane. She's crying because she's saying there's no sex, no open vulnerability, and she is coming off as selfish because he's focused on trying to fix his life and she's focused on their relationship. And I've been there. It's a tough balance. But like I said, most of the time men need to go off and do their own thing when their life is not going great. But it really is tough on the ladies because we need an emotional connection, right? So, and we want to feel, and we have a nurturing nature, and so we want to help you guys. So, either way, Pastor Cal calls out Mark for being afraid to speak to Lindsay because she will go off either way. And I said that too. He's been lying to her about how he feels about her behavior. Like, he keeps coddling her, and so she thinks everything is okay, but he has to go back and apologize to everyone behind her when she acts a plumb donkey. So Mark says the sex is great, but he's not feeling it. He feels like he's not his own skin, and he doesn't feel like being poked, which means he's already sensitive, and he's not feeling how she talks to him and picks on him. And I know he's not lying, because as soon as he told her that they need to step back from the sex, she started clowning his bathroom behavior, saying he blew up the toilet, all types of crazy stuff to him to hurt his feelings, because her feelings were hurt. And she right then tries to clown him. She tells him that she don't know what he said. He did a run-on sentence. And I'm like, lady, he clearly communicated what the problem was. Just admit if you were too drunk to understand. That's it, with your selfish ass. Just be his support. They say she's nurturing y'all, but she is off the chain. Anyways, they come to an agreement to listen more to each other and talk through things. Rounding out the night, we're going to Chris and Alissa, who meet with Pastor Cal at what should be their shared apartment. And I giggle because I like, she ain't got no key. She had to knock on the door with her homeless ass, allegedly. Anyways, while talking to Lindsay, she admits that she was out when she saw that he didn't match her physical type, but she wanted to work on it to see how they match. How are you gonna see how y'all match when, like I said, you went paddleboarding with him, you refused to go snorkeling, as you even mentioned seeing his body and not wanting to go snorkeling. Then after they finished snorkeling, when he tried to come towards you while you were having your lunch, you literally had a bitch fit flip out moment. When was he gonna talk to you then? Every time he's been around you, you made it so uncomfortable that I would be afraid to come near you too. You don't cuss out the producers. You don't went off on the man because you want to move into the apartment and take shifts. When exactly were you going to figure out how y'all match? Were you going to ask the psychic to telepathically tell y'all if y'all match? Bitch, bye. Anyway, then to top it off, she said she didn't want to move in because she's allergic to dogs. Alissa, what in the entire... She makes me cuss, y'all. What in the entire fuck? Don't you have a dog? Don't you rescue dogs? What are you talking about? Anyways, when the expert questions where they're at, Alissa claims she's ready to try. And I'm like, what? Huh? But it's too late because Chris pulls the plug on their relationship. He announces that today is his decision day. Thank God, Chris, because I really was going to say somebody need to check on your mental capacity because it was getting out of hand. I'm so glad he wanted a divorce. Thank you. Please leave Alissa Chihuahua face looking ass where she's at. And I don't care who gets mad that I said that. She looked like a Chihuahua, and both of them look just alike in the face. They look like brother and sister. So if she think he don't look good, she don't think she look good because they look alike. Give a damn. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Eliza Cries, oh God, claiming she worked so hard to get here. What work, y'all? This is the ultimate gaslighting. You didn't do anything. Oh my God. Woo! Now with that doomed relationship being obliterated, I'm so glad she gone, y'all. I'm so glad. I don't know how they're gonna keep the drama going because she was trash, but she had them doing TV. You know how they need a villain. You know, you had Omarosa. You had different people on different reality shows. Who's the villain? Alissa was the villain of this show. But now she can go ahead and go sit on that damn bench that she probably live on, allegedly. And she can cry on her mother's shoulder on why the relationship didn't work when she knows she sabotaged it. And she got exactly what she didn't want, looking crazy on TV and looking like a bad person. Bye, Alissa. And on that note, the show is over. I don't think any of these couples are gonna make it. So once again, we just here for the old crazy ass ride. Everyone, like I always say, love who loves you. I hope God blesses you with everything that you want in your life. And the Sepia Scholar is out. Bye.